I'm standing in my backyard. I'm trying to comb my hair, and then there's this idiot truck right there, right outside of my short wall. I have to build the wall a little taller so you can't be backing into my fucking driveway and bang down my car. You see what I'm saying? This is what happens. People invade your homes and your houses, and how dare they? They, meaning the Democrats in Washington. Yes, they are evil. If you saw Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, they're trying to say, oh, the shutdown is blame on Donald Trump. And by the way, as I heard, and I studied this, and help me out if I'm wrong, that so-called non-essential government shutdown, it just shows you it doesn't affect us because my hard-earned dollars still being stolen. I would prefer that the IRS not come and try to collect money from me. So people say, oh, we're going to get a refund check late, and people are not going to get their welfare food stamps. Ha, 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 ha. So to your food stamp queens and kings, yes, I got news for you. If you want to rely on the government, the nanny state, this is what happens. You better put up with it. Put up, shut up. Give us the fucking wall. Give us the fucking wall. That's what I want. That's what we want. And it's really not that difficult. How much did it cost to build that wall here? Don't you have walls? I mean, people are like furious against their own humanity that they don't have walls. A wall is just a divider, and it's done everywhere, and that's all we need. We need to put up a wall, a divider. So divide what? A border. Let's just say a marker. I still got my brush there. See the fence there? I know it's just a chain link fence, but it's a marker that say, hey, don't come over here, I'll freaking kick you in the head. So this is it's just ridiculous that everybody's putting blame and playing games about who to blame on the government shutdown. Well, I'm scratching my head. I mean, literally, right? I'm just saying, I'm not the smartest or the sharpest hole in the shed, so to speak, because, you saw me posing like kind of crazy and whatever. But it doesn't really take a genius to figure out that you need a wall for protection and for the purpose of just very practical, by saying this is my border, my limit, and don't you tread on me. Back in the days, I think that when our founding father or even the pilgrims, they would never dream of this, that we're such a leech of the government. You need a government for everything. It's like, wait a minute, when they say, okay, so shut down, it's like a crisis. What is the crisis? Where is the crisis? My road. Look, the road outside. It's still beat up. Day in and day out, the fucking California government, they know so good about how to spend your money. You're generous with other people's money. And, Jerry Brown says that you're a freeloader if you don't pay up. So we're freeloaders. I never see anything fixed on that road. How much money they have taxed us? Over 200-some billion dollars. Who did they give it to? They give it to people that who don't belong here, and we can't fucking win. Why? Because no, they're not. No. Wait a minute. They're according to Newsom, he said that they are called Californians. Once you set foot, so just imagine that there is no border, no wall. Once they set foot, supposedly in the United States of America, and they say, "Oh, we want asylum." This is like, hello, we can see right through it. Get the fuck out. You need to seek asylum back in your home country where we send you a bunch of money, so don't tell us that we don't have a heart. And people try to use the fact like the gospel of Jesus Christ and use that as a whip to try to make us feel guilty. I tell you what, the devil used the gospel, used the word of God, and tried to make Jesus feel bad. And you're not going to use the word by saying that, oh, we have to be just indiscriminately let everybody come in and make us poor and make us homeless so that you can have your nation and your language instead of instead of United States of America. No. That's not the way we have envisioned. When I say we, I'm speaking for the founding father, of course. The founding father never envisioned that. As a matter of fact, the founding father rebelled against the overtaxation and the shackling from the government. That's why they say, hey, you know what? Don't tread on me, man. That's why we have the Boston Tea Party. We rather dump this shit than fucking, being subservient to your servants. So with that said, they still tax us. And we need to fucking shut down California. I say shut them down, because this so-called socialize everything. It's for who? It's for those that who not even climb over this wall, that who just set their foot and say, hey, I want to have what you have, and not only that, I'm gonna bring a whole bunch of so-called family members together. I mean, this is like, then they're leeching off all of us. I don't know what to say. We can't win because the Democrats are so vehement against Donald Trump. I mean, they have such a vitriol. I mean, I'm talking about spewing viperous hatred, not just talk about the shutdown or whatever. They will do anything. Like Nancy Pelosi said, I'll give you $1 for the wall, when in fact, a few years ago, they wanted a fucking wall. All right, so-called barrier. I mean, just a divider. They won't give you a fucking picket fence. I mean, but these people live behind walls and fucking armed guards, and they have the goal to say that Donald Trump is manufacturing a crisis. I just can't fathom that it is a crisis. Okay, it is. We're being invaded. In fact, for example, I cannot, go anywhere without speaking Spanish because they look at me funny. I mean, I thought I was in California. Wait a minute. And I thought, well, I better keep my mouth shut because I don't have the skill to speak Spanish. In fact, I know that the last white person that was in this Oxnard school district, they said, Ventura, forget it. If you're white, you're out. Basically, they fire him, and they fired the last black guy because if you cannot speak Spanish, you're a racist, basically. And I go to my gym, everybody talks Spanish, and they're hoo hoo ha ha, gigo gaga. I don't know what they're saying. I mean, this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong, and we're paying for it. And not only that, they're forcing you to pay for it. It's not out of the goodness of your heart. So all these what do you call those? Invaders, the border crossers, illegal aliens, whatever you call them. They're used. I'm not saying people are bad people. I'm just saying these are massive army being used by the left wing as a tool to take over our country. If that doesn't get to you, I don't know what does. Then you're a stupid ass. George Soros fund means money, all right? Because he bring countries down. He make gazillions of dollars. He bet on the future, the inside trader information. I mean, you see it time after time again. He's having so much fun. George Soros, Tom Sayers, and these people, they are weirdos and they are evil. So they want to bring this country down into our knees. He just found billions of dollars. When I say kabillion, I put a K. You know, it's a lot of money, more than you can fathom. All right? Because you can't fathom that. An open society. They want this so-called no border. They want to destroy the ICE. They're just like taking away the cops from your streets. How would you like that? I mean, people say they hate the police, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, who's going to stick up for you? Nobody. Ronald Sin. His name is Sin. I think it's S-I-N-G. It's on the Frontline News that just after Christmas, a couple weeks ago, illegal alien killed him. And this is weird. It's just a coincidence. I just remembered it that we were watching. When I say we, I was watching the Christmas movie, The Christmas Story. With my friend Chris. We argue about things like this, and people don't want to they don't want to ruffle the feather because it's Hollywood. It's like, you know, everybody's so vehement and bent on hating Trump and this kind of stuff. I said, no, it has nothing to do with hating Trump. We're just American trying to study the Christmas story because it was so good. That's what it's on day and night on Christmas Day. And I watched it so many times and just breaking down the scenes, especially the last scene when they, the family, the dog savaged through their turkey. So the dad says, okay, that's it. We're going to the restaurants and end up, nobody's open. So they end up in Chinatown there with the, you know, the duck head, and they were singing, fa la 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 la. It was a fantastic scene. You know, and nobody was saying that racist. You can't make the movie nowadays because the Chinese guy was going, okay, fa la la la, it's fa la 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 la, and they're going, okay, never mind, serve the duck. It was a great scene. We broke it down by saying, look, that whole setup was one white shot. They never cut to a close-up. Anyways, I love the scene. So after breaking it down, we just go, you know, want to look up the director. I think it's Bob Clark. He said, I thought it was fantastic. I said, what a movie he has made. And then we looked online. It turned out he was killed by an illegal alien, and nobody said a thing. And this illegal alien, was it on PCH or something like that, drunk driving and killed him. And just killed him, basically. I mean, how would you like that? You know, you're on PCH. Of course, they never expand the road. They just keep taking hundreds of billions of dollars, and they never, it's a lie. They always come to you by saying in the ballots, vote for this, we're gonna better the road, we're gonna like give the homeless shelters. It's a lie. They never do. So why would you trust them, bunch of greedy assholes that's stealing our money, and so they can get their votes? They just give a little bit, you know, I mean, people from other places, you give them a little bit here and there. Everybody got a driver's license, so they are automatically registered to vote. So the cheating happened when people didn't know that. The House Democrats. Anyways, I know I was talking about Bob Clark. So just to finish that point, he was killed by illegal alien, and that was back in 2007. And that illegal alien was deported like 5 times. You know how much it costs to deport somebody? You send him, you know, when you send somebody illegal, invader on like traveling, say if you catch them somewhere. I mean, in California, it's probably a lot simpler, but you fly them all over the place like they did with Obama, with DACA people. DACA only means, you know what? He had no right to do that. He said he had no right to do that. It's only a deferred action. So he recognized it's illegal. So he said deferred. And this is how shrewd they are. Deferred action, meaning that they're here illegally. So we ought to take action. But the action by law, it says that if you're illegal, you do not belong here. It's just like people trespass, they come upon this wall. Look at just now, I went and chased them out of here. So deferred action for this late arrival or whatever, it's just a pretty word now for not taking action. And what has happened is if you don't take action, they keep coming in. And you know what? A stewardess on the regular, like a United flights, and said these people are being flown first class to where they want to go because they're so-called deferred action. So they seen them because they're in first class, and they're supposed to flow to. They have escorts, right? You know, you gotta have escorts and make sure they get to Boston or whoever they want to go meet up with. That's supposedly be so-called a deferred action, that whoever that is gonna welcome them, take them in. I guess they're other illegal family members. I don't know, but we're paying for it. So we're suckers, basically. And this like a big emergency. I mean, the left-wing media, MSM, is putting out there with crying mother babies, oh, we're being furloughed. Well, they're gonna get their money, all right? It just maybe not today. And in the meantime, you know, I mean, it's 700, what is it, 700,000 people or something? I mean, the government is so fucking bloated, I could do without them. In fact, we can do without them here in California. Shut this California government down. Why don't you, in protest? I say, please, I beg you. So I was looking at this YouTube video. I was just laughing yesterday. I don't know who this cat was. By the way, I mean, I'm laughing at this particular video. The guy is funny. I'm not laughing at the fact that YouTube is censoring everybody that who does not agree with them, because they are the globalists and they censored the Alex Jones. So the story short is just I'm looking for Alex Jones InfoWar since that he was banned, totally banned from all the social media, Facebook. I mean, he's a genius. He's ahead of everybody. He has predicted all this would happen. I mean, he knows his shit. That's why they're so afraid of him. And he was talking about the big war between Google and Apple. They all want this huge pie of dominance, global dominance, meaning that they have this, you know, the AI thing, that they have access to everything, listening to you, everything that you in your online community you're into, and your communications, and your identity, your address, and your bank account, etc., etc. So it's all about control. Anyway, so Apple and Google are in this big fight. This is like the recent thing that I heard Alex Jones talked about, and they are really scared of him. I've never seen anyone that have taken down, I mean, they took him down. Well, they took down my channel before also, and I really, you know, I mean, I fought like 3 years to get them restored, so I had like 4 or 5 channels because they were all shut down at once for no good fucking reason. So then somebody else opened channels, and they kind of don't call it InfoWars, but I do see Alex Jones, and I subscribe to 3 or 4 of them. It's called News. They're not there anymore. I'm just saying, I went and clicked yesterday, they're not there anymore. So it just shows you that these evil Google, they try to brainwash us and really turn us into these machines. So that you will just say, oh, government shutdown is a bad thing. It's, you know, in fact, it's a good thing. I want them to shut down. The government is way too big. We're a nanny state. You know, and then you say, oh, why are you so extreme or whatever. I'm not too extreme. I'm just saying, I've been fleeced, I've been oppressed, I've been enslaved by the government for so long. I mean, you deal with the government? Have you? You try to get something like straight out of them? There were a few good people, but they're not there anymore. I mean, there were a few good people. I guess either they retired. I just don't know any good people. Just like, you know, everybody's brainwashed nowadays, and then they have this attitude. Instead of, they're the ones that we're paying to service the very basic function of the government from the founding father, to break away from this horrible taskmasters, meaning they whip them until you can produce everything to give it to the taskmasters. And that's exactly, if you want to talk about the Bible, what the Egyptian has done to the children of Israel. And they say, oh man, we just can't do this anymore. Let's get out of here, Moses. Let's get out of here. So the mentality on one hand is, oh well, we'll be their slaves, a humdrum, but at least we'll get a little bit of a garlic. Remember that? About the Exodus? And then Moses says, no, let my people go. We want to go freely worship our Lord, Yahweh. And so the story is that Pharaoh said, let them go. And of course they don't want to let them go, because these people are strong. The Hebrews were strong. They were great workers. It says that in the word. They give them straws and they make them even work harder. They said that turn the straws. You have to go gather the straws and then turn them into bricks. Anyways, so then, you know, they want to flee. They want to have their own little sanctuary of their own worship. So I need a fucking sanctuary. Nobody's giving me a sanctuary. Just want to flood in and tell me I have to pay. I have to pay, basically. They just take it out of your pocket. I say, why do I go to the grocery checkout stand. I said, you know what? I am not paying 10 cents for a fucking bag because all you guys are stealing from me. You're taking 10 cents from me and then 10 cents there for a bottle of fucking juice. I can't live anymore. I go to the gas station, it's 50 cents per gallon of gas tax, and thank God for Donald Trump. He brought the barrel of the oil down, the prices down. This is all big scheme, and I have my lady here So I'm gonna stop because she's giving me my package. How are you? Somebody just, just ran my driveway. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm back. So that's Leah, I know Princess Leah. She delivered some mail to me. So yeah, basically the shutdown does not affect postal workers. So what else? Like I was saying to you, maybe you cannot go to the so-called the national park. So I have not been to one Yellowstone, anyways, and I am sort of glad now if Donald Trump declare a national emergency, which I urge him to do, but he's very cautious because he knows these damn judges gonna block him, and he knew that from the travel thing, the ban thing, with terrorist countries and the night circuit. So we rebuke those things in Jesus' name, that they have no power, no authority over our safety, the safety of our descendants, our own people. So, don't tell me about what Jesus, have no compassion. Well, we are very compassionate people. My friend will tell you that. America is the most compassionate, and we give them trillions of dollars, and this is what they do to us. They use it to invade us. So basically, when Jesus said that the bread is for my people first, and the outsiders, they get the crumbs, right? That's what this Phoenician woman was pleading. She was smart. She was pleading with Jesus about healing. She said, heal my daughter. And Jesus says, look, wait in line. Here's my people. They get the bread first. And she says, please, even I'm the outsider, the little dogs under the table gets a little crumb sometimes. And that pleased him. So she had, in fact, that was more narrower, because Jesus insisted the benefit get to his people first. And they're just the Jews. I mean, in those days, until when Jesus died for us, and then therefore the Gentiles like us, that we have the opportunity to be grafted in the family of God, to become a child of the living God. That's truly what happens. What happened? Paul said that we're later on grafted in like the wild grapes. Then you know how it is. You take the main branch and you graft in the wild grapes, so they grow together. That's the same thing. You have to assimilate into the main branch. You don't just come in and take over and you start strangling them and take everything and suck everything they've got. What have they got? They cannot. This is insane. They know that if they set foot in this country, it's not just we're getting all their diseases, and now California. It's we are so-called a sanctuary state. It means that they just want these votes. I mean, they're so desperate. The Democrats are so evil. They are so desperate. So they illegally harvested the votes, even in Orange County with Mimi Waters and the regular seats, the usually so-called the Republican seats. It's not about the party, but they just want to get the power because they want to get rid of Donald Trump so badly. It's due to the demise of us. Okay, so if you don't agree with that and you keep being this brainwashed thing about, they got nothing really, they just call racist. I mean, what the hell? I'm of a different race. You're a fucking racist. I mean, people call me a racist. So I ought to know, because what they did in China, it's the same thing. When the communists came, it's the same fucking thing. They said that it's gonna be chicken every pound. We're gonna take those people, they're bad. They got money, they got houses, their properties, and they got land, they got farmland. So we're gonna have you to confiscate them. But in order to do that, they have to take away your arms. So they said that they were so scared of people fighting them. They were confiscating even down to your meat cleavers in the kitchen. I am not joking. Ask my grandma generation. I guess they were stuck there because they bought into that bullshit, and they died in poverty. They were wallowing in chicken shit. I am not joking. People who listened they died in Siberia. 85 million people the commies killed, Mao killed in the so-called revolution. So it's the same lie. It's like, you know, oh yeah, it's for kids and all this bullshit. They use them as props. This is the same thing. Human shield, they use these caravan as props to invade our country. And we have to say no, so we have to build the wall. Build the wall now, and these obstructionists, damn Schumers, they can go to hell as far as I'm concerned. So I don't know anything that's lighter. Oh, well, this guy was funny. So anyways, Alex Jones's channel got totally wiped out, and even like they tried to, you know, somebody just say, oh, you can use my channel, right? For example, if I uploaded his video InfoWars, he's breaking down all these things about Google and Apple. They are so scared of him. So it's wiped out. I am serious. I can show you a video of my channel that when I go to my subscription, I go, oh my God, it was there yesterday. They wiped it out. And then when I clicked on it, it's like gray, had 3 dots, and it says, this channel does not exist anymore. It's like, delete it from your subscription. I can't believe that. This is so evil. And you're talking about free speech. I mean, I keep telling my friends, the Democratic Party has been hijacked by the socialists, the really, really evil, toxic, left-wing commies that are determined to devour our country, to demolish. They hate the Western civilization. They hate the United States because we're the best country. They cannot fight us through arms because we have the best forces, the military. They cannot invade us through the regular channel. That's why they use this human shield called these caravans, and with this big social welfare system, you know, just so that we will become, to make us like one of those Venezuela countries where you're gonna end up on the fucking streets begging for what was it, a piece of animal, zebra from the zoo that they tore up. They were, I mean, it's that bad. I mean, they were rich, oil-rich countries. They have to, you know what happens, right? The Chavez, you know, this whole legacy about you have to eat zoo animals. People were fighting over it. Anyways, but this guy was funny. He wore sunglasses. He would just say, hey, you do all my food stamp queen. So you're going to say, oh, what am I going to do? I mean, you know, he's showing like a 600 pounders, right? You know, food stamp queen. And she said, he goes, give us the motherfucking wall. We'll give you your fucking SNAP, your EBTs or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? I just thought that was funny. That was all. And I said, yeah, that's right. Give us a motherfucking wall. Here's to you, Talib. I don't even know how they spell that name. Rashid Talib. I'm telling you, it's taken over by Muslims. And you know what they say? Oh, you don't believe in Muhammad and bow to Mecca 3 times a day. You're fucking infidels. They're coming after your head. So, you know, mark my words. Mark my words. They're sending them to Congress. And this is the same thing happened in Great Britain. You got to have some galls. If you don't stand up now, next thing you know, it's going to be you, motherfuckers. Mike, what's his name? I said I like him, these idiot Hollywood people. Look, I mean, you know, I have nothing against artists. It's just I think their good-heartedness are just being used. And we're so dumbed down, just being used by the evil socialists by believing that a wall is immoral. Truthfully, I'm saying to all of you, if you think the wall is immoral, then don't have a fucking wall that divides your bathroom from your living room. Let everybody come and go, and don't have a wall outside of your apartment so that people can, it's an open society, like what George Soros is. Oh, you're a cuckoo. I think you're a cuckoo. Anyways, if you believe that. So on the lighter side, I don't know anything that's the lighter side, is the ghost cat poster. I don't really care, you know, people are gonna like hate you or whatever, and you're in Hollywood, you're talking like this, you're gonna hurt your chances, whatever. I believe that the Most High God is with us. I mean, we would rather live and be truthful and be honest in living this lie and try to like just go along with it. So my friend just said to me, you know, if we go to parties and stuff like that, everybody like wants to bash Trump, and I just stay out of it. I just say, you know, I will prefer not to listen to this conversation or you try to make fun about Trump. I mean, I'll just walk away. Anyways, that's the way it is right now. So I found the picture. Yeah, I found the picture that Sipla is looking for. Yeah, and that's why I posted one of them. Anyways, that's my new development. I found the picture and we can use them for the poster concept cards. So just watch it. It's gonna be fantastic. Anyways, oh yeah, this donate thing. Everybody's talking about, you know, donate to my channel or whatever. I mean, truthfully, that you have to help us out. You have to help me out, because otherwise that we will be defeated. And that's exactly what they want. The pedophile that runs Hollywood. You know, if you think you can get away with it, Ed Buck. It's right down the street. Ed Buck, you know, this guy that was cozy up to Clinton and his Pizzagate, the pedophile. That's why they want open borders, so they can ship in all these sex slaves and children, pedophiles, pedophilias. They actually, you know, they lock them up and sexually abuse them. I mean, these people ought to go to jail. So I don't know that why you will be standing there and pointing finger by saying that it's immoral to have a wall, when the immorality happens when these freaking pedophilias, that's with the Pizzagate, the Ed Buck people that donate big time to the Democratic Party, and now they found dead black kids in their apartments and nothing is done. That's why you see the riot if you didn't see the news. That's one thing about black folks that I like. They're vocal. They're out there. They're like going, we want justice on this Ed Buck. Nothing occurred. I mean, you know, the only thing I heard is some idiot guy, or some Democrat, or some guy named Garibaldi. Oh, we're just giving their $10,000, $20,000 to another charity, that their donation of the political funds. That's not good enough. You know that you are dirty, dirty, dirty politicians. And I say, Donald Trump, don't give them their fucking FEMA money, because it is a scam. Every year they burn us alive so they can get a handout. You know why? It's never enough to give it to. This is a renegade state. Renegade against California is against the United States. It's not part of the United States, but they want to suck the federal money dry, and they want that $250 billion because they're addicted like heroin. They give it to the fucking invaders by offering them, angling them more goodies. Come to California sanctuary. Well, sanctuary is, you know, we need a fucking sanctuary. We need a sanctuary from the Most High God. So don't give them that money. They burn us every year. Donald Trump is right by withholding that FEMA funds. Just don't give them one dime. $250 billion. Build that wall. It only takes 5. So do it. Have the math.